What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineers Mobile Survival. This is episode number 8, and last episode we made our giant rover here, and we drove it all the way out to this area here, and we stopped right in front of this beautiful set of mountains, and the middle one here, which looks like a volcano. But this episode, we're going to make a little bit more of this rover, and we're going to continue on our journey. Now, I asked for suggestions for a lot of names last episode, and you guys gave them to me. I have so many suggestions for this mountain right here, the rocky one that's like that one right there. There are so many great suggestions. I think we're going to call this one right here the Three Sisters because there are 3 mountains there. I thought that was a really good suggestion for those. And the Rocky Mountain over there, I think we're going to call Marble Mountain because it had a lot of green, a lot of tan, and a lot of gray with the rock. And we're going to do the little postcard of Marble Mountain over there. So here's a little postcard for that one. And just like last episode, I'm going to shout out a lot of these names at the end of this video because there are a lot of really cool suggestions that I loved. So stay tuned for that one. But let's get started here with our giant rover. By the way, you guys gave so many suggestions for the rover name as well. I still don't really know what to call it, but some of my favorites are the lawnmower, the uprooter, the woodchuck, Chop Norris. The arborist. You guys had some amazing names, and I'll have to think about these ones a little bit longer. But a couple of modifications to this rover here. Some of you mentioned that we probably have too much refining and assembling for a travel rover like this, a mobile base. And one thing we do not have a lot of is power generation. So what I think we're going to do, and yeah, we'll see how this works. I think we're going to remove this, and I think we're going to remove these for now. Maybe we'll keep, well, let's unweld that one. We'll keep those 2 there for the evenness. But I think what we're going to do instead is right here, we're going to put some power generation in the form of ice stuff. And then we'll have a little bit of power generation because some of you were a little bit nervous about this battery here that is very slowly, and by slowly, I mean quickly, running out of power. So yeah, we're going to have to solve that before it becomes a problem. And there are 2 ways we're going to do this. First, we're going to start with the O2H2 stuff. We're going to make an ice thing. That's going to be like our backup. If it's nighttime, we're going to have a backup O2H2 hydrogen engine setup that's going to do us pretty solid. And then we're going to set up a solar tower, which is going to follow the sun as we go. Now, it doesn't really need to follow the sun that much because the sun's kind of following us, but we're going to do it anyway because it's going to be cool. So let's start with the O2H2 stuff. We have room down here to put that. So I think we're going to put the generator right here, number 9. I'm actually going to put it facing down like that so that we have, like, if we get up here, we have this area we can come in here and add our ice if we're getting ice down under the ship. So we're going to put that right there, and then we're going to have our oxygen tank right next to that. So let's get that set up right there. Actually, we don't need an oxygen tank because we don't need oxygen. We need a hydrogen tank. We're going to use the small one here. We'll stick that right there. So, and then we'll have a connection right here for those 2. And then over here with this space, we're going to put a hydrogen engine. We'll stick that right there. And now we have a decent setup. Let's get this connected. So I think we're going to use the cool pipe blocks. We'll need some interior plates for this. So let me go and grab some from here. We have 8. That's fine. And we're gonna connect it like this. So we'll use a triple here, or a 3-way one, as some may call it. And then we'll use a curved one right here. All right, perfect. That's gonna look pretty cool. And we'll have a little bit of room to walk on the side here as well. Or if we need to place anything there, like more cargo or whatever, we'll have that room there to do so. Now, you know what I could do instead, actually, is I could move this out 1 block. Actually, you know what? Quick change of plans. I'm going to move this out 1 block so that it's on the side here, and I'll move the cargo in 1 block so that it's even with this one. Okay, there we go. Now we have a little more space right here, which we can do some stuff with. We could even move this rover up if we wanted to. And someone actually recommended removing these solar panels from this and making this just a scout rover, which we might do. We might even make it a little small. Well, maybe not a little smaller. I don't know. But we no longer really need the solar panels if we can get it connected to this base, which can handle all the solar stuff. So let's get this stuff welded up here if we can get the materials for it. Because this is going to be important here, having this ability. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put some stuff into production there. Let me do a quick check to see what we have, because I think we have... Yeah, let's put that all the way at the end, because we don't want it to build a billion stuff for us quite yet. But let's go down here, grab this. Yeah, we have a lot of this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and... Well, no, I don't need to turn it off, do I? Let me check what our power's looking like. Because it was going down pretty quickly. I don't want it to... Okay, we have plenty of power, actually. This is going down, but yeah, we do supposedly have plenty of power. You know what we could do with this? We can make this design a little bit better. If I remove that block right there, because look, we have a little staircase that goes here. We could make this walkable down here with just a little bit of creative use of some of these. Let me get the column out, because the column is the master block for all those wall blocks. With just some creative use of some of these blocks here, like this one can sort of serve as a corner. If you turn it like that, where you can kind of walk through there. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this block and that block. Okay, so if I set this up like this and then turn this around, we now still have the floor just like we had before, but now we also have a walkway under here, which I would need to figure out how to put this one like that. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of neat. Like I could remove that and put it there. That's kind of cool. It gives our rover like a second floor, which is pretty neat. Okay, there's our O2H2 generator. We've almost got the other stuff, just waiting for a couple more things to refine here, or to assemble. Come on, you can do it. How's our power doing? It is going low. Now keep in mind, we can always build another battery. Although I say that, and we kind of have to assemble this stuff first. If we want to do that. We have 25 power cells, plus 15. So we can build a small battery. What's the meaning of this? Oh, you're done. Are you actually done? Oh, apparently so. Yeah, these are all done. Okay. These passages are really nice. I wonder if I can use these passages. Do we have like a passage master block? I could grab this guy, because this guy might look better. Let's remove him and him. Oh, this is so much better. It gives so much more room with this this passage block. Oh, yes, that's what I wanted. Perfect. So my question, though, is could I, if I wanted to, remove this guy? What other passage blocks do I have? Oh, this one has them all. Okay, cool. Okay, this is coming along pretty well. I do need to figure out a way to solve that right there. But yeah, we have a little stairway down here. We have these passages, which allow us to run around under here. And then we have another passage, which allows us to go this way. Not sure what I'll do here, but we could maybe make a second exit or something right there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's get back up here, and hopefully this has built everything we need for this stuff. I was trying to get the hydrogen tank as well as the conveyor built up. Has not given us everything we need. We just need to go grab a little bit more. There we go. And there we go. Okay, we're now all connected with this guy. I guess it would be nice to connect it over to that stuff, wouldn't it? But I don't know. Let's see. Do I have ice in one of these things? Okay, I grabbed all of that guy's ice. We're gonna throw it in here and let this thing do its job. Here you go. Have some ice. And then this guy right here, we're gonna turn off his hydrogen engine. Okay, perfect. So now we have this one right here generating us some power. So we should now see our power starting to increase. Yep, it's increasing rather quickly actually. And then we should see this, our ice, being used up. It's actually being used up also rather quickly. Are you filling up at all? No. So that's only going into the hydrogen tank. And I can check on how full that is there, because that's got its own internal thing. That's not full at all. So this is not generating hydrogen fast enough for this to fill up before it gets used. So we're gonna need to find more ice very quickly. Luckily, we can probably find some without too much of a problem. Okay, now the second thing I wanted to do in terms of stuff for power is I wanted to get some sort of solar panel following thing up and running on the rover. And this is gonna sort of go into a roof, and we haven't really planned out a roof yet, so the roof level is going to be at about this level right here. So we'll have a block. That's about how high the roof will be, and it'll essentially just kind of like come over this way. I don't have enough steel plates on me, but you get the idea. Kind of like that. That's going to give our rover this sort of profile, which is, I think, a decent profile to have for a rover. Okay, as I'm doing this, I've had another thought here, and that is that I could potentially change up how I do things to allow for this top to be a flight deck, or like flight as in like the car can be here, any vehicles we have can be here, and that sort of thing. And then the bottom can be where this stuff is. Like, we don't necessarily need these, well, especially this assembler. We don't need it up here. And this, I'm fine with having this up here because it's kind of off to the side. But maybe I want to keep this block right here, which will also include that block right there, a little bit more clear. So we're going to try to move the assembler, I think. And I'm thinking the best place to move it right now would be right here. If I can remove this block and that block, and if that rover does not fall on my head, then I can perhaps put the assembler right there. Let me check what I can, or let me see what I can do with this. Okay, the car is going to try to get in the way here. So what I can do is, this thing has 6 wheels. I can technically... I back it up just a little bit like that, and would that give me enough room? Yes, that'll give me enough room. Okay, we're gonna put the assembler right there, and then we're gonna remove this block, and I'm gonna connect it up right there, using our little tube connectors, I think. There we go. So that's gonna free up all this area here. We'll be allowed to put that there. We'll be able to move this forward a tiny bit, and then we'll have more room to do whatever we want to up here. Okay, here goes the original assembler. And we'll remove this as well. And then here comes the new assembler. Kind of built into the ground. And there it is. Okay. I should be able to build at least one of these as well. Oops. Well, anyway, I mean, you can see how far I can bring this forward now. We can bring it all the way forward if we want to, because we've got room. We've got space. Okay, now I know for a fact that this has a connector right here, and we're going to have to route it down to that stuff. So what we're gonna do is, because I don't think there's any other way to route it, because the connections are either on the bottom or on the top here. So we're gonna just have to kind of suck it up and route it with these blocks, which is fine. We can do that. I'm gonna bring it forward like this, then over like that. I'll do a T-junction here just in case we want to change things in the future. Okay, that's gonna be our roof. I know it looks weird, everybody. Okay, stop making fun of me. But it's fine. It does its job in covering us. Right. So if that's our roof, then we're gonna have a little solar panel thing right about here. Okay, for now we're just gonna put up something like this with a rotor on the top, acting as our sun turny rotor, and then we're gonna have a block on the top of that, acting as our block. Let me see how big this is. Is that too big? No, it's fine. And now we have an antenna. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, that's the start of our solar thing. That's massive for the ship that we have. We might not want something that big. I don't know. Okay, let's slim it down a little bit. Okay, everybody, this is gonna be a really weird solar thing, but it's gonna work and it's gonna be awesome. Solar, solar, and we'll fit those once this turns on the right path. Okay, so people did recommend that I remove this solar panel and replace it with those ones. So let's go ahead and remove a couple of these. We'll start with this first one on either side. Oh, we have doubled up solar panels. I forgot. We'll remove these two. And that should give us enough to build one of these solar panels, which is not going to get that much until we get this turning thing up and running. Oh, okay, we don't have the construction components. Maybe we'll remove these back ones as well. And now that we have this big mothership, we'll essentially be able to just charge this thing using this ship. So it'll charge this battery, and we won't need these solar panels on here. It'll be more important to have the solar panels on here. Okay, we do need a lot of construction components. Okay, 2 solar panels up and running. Let's see how much power they get. They're not gonna get that much, because look where the sun is compared to them. But if they can get like a bar or two, like we can see they're giving us 17 kilowatts, which is kind of nothing. But you know what? Let's just build up our hinge here, and then I'll just manually control the hinge. What's a better way to organize this? If they're sideways, it'll be better, actually. Okay, this is the hinge up and running. So now we can manually control this hinge using Build Planner here, or Build Vision rather. Hinge lock off. Let's turn the velocity to something like this. And we'll just get these facing upward, basically. Now, eventually this will follow the sun. We just need to get the other stuff up and running. For now, we're just going to manually put it straight up like that. There we go. And these should get 4 bars. Yeah. Okay, so now instead of 17, they're giving us 140 kilowatts, which is pretty good, honestly. That's a lot more than these guys would be giving. And how much? Are you full? Okay, you're full, so I might as well just take these off. They're not doing anything. And I could just give them to the other guy. By the way, I have blueprinted this small ship here. So at the end of the series, what I'll do is I'll show the evolution of this ship throughout the episodes, and I'll show the evolution of this bigger ship as well. So it'll be kind of cool. We'll have a look at what we have, and if you guys want to use any of the blueprints, I'll link them at the last video or something for use by anybody. Okay, put this here. We need more construction components, it looks like. Put this one here. All right, and that should be our power solved for now, because this thing should be getting a lot of power very quickly. Okay, it's not getting a lot of power very quickly, but it is gaining power, which is good. And if we get some ice in here, that will compound a little bit. All right, this should be everything for the turret controller, and it is indeed. Let's now hop into this thing and check it out. Solar turret controller. So I'm not a pro at this, but our azimuth rotor is going to be our rotor, and our elevation is going to be our hinge. Our assign camera is going to be that guy. And then there should be... Oh, always aim at sun. There it is. Okay, cool. Now that is going to be always aiming at the sun. As soon as we get that rotor built up, it's not fully ready. While we're waiting for some stuff to build, I want to check out these wheels here, because someone said that some of my suspensions were upside down. I don't think they are. The yellow on the top means they're the right way, right? I think that is correct. Either way, they're all the same way. Yellow on the top. Yeah, okay, so I think all the suspensions are fine. For these guys. But speaking of the wheels, someone said that we should maybe try and make the back wheels here turn opposite of the front wheels so that we have better turning radius. So let's try that. Back left and back right, you guys are going to be steering, and now if I steer, they do steer opposite like that, so that is nice. Okay, so we should have a better turning radius now. Oh my gosh, this rover looks ridiculous with that solar thing on top. That should be enough for the rotor. So let's get that built up, and it should, as soon as we unhinge or unlock it here. Oh my lord, you don't have to be so violent. Jeez. Okay, now we have that aiming at the sun as intended, and we can add that. We need steel plates to add that, but we can add that nicely like so. All right, 4 solar panels fully charging here is going to be very helpful, and as we drive, that should go as well. All right, I think we've done enough modifications to the ship for now. Let's try driving and see how this this new addition to the top of our ship helps us out or hinders us, I guess. We're gonna try and make some distance where we have our marker set here, episode 7 end. So let's try and go that way, I guess, to get there. Actually, you know what? Before we go, let's get a gyro. 600 steel plates for a gyro? Okay, we're not gonna make the gyro. We're probably gonna make this up because we need to get cobalt to make the gyro. So no gyro before we go. We're just gonna start heading out, and our power is really low, which kind of worries me a tiny bit. Let's just turn off our stuff for now. We'll turn it back on later. I'll have this keep going because this is making us nickel, and that's probably important. But let's yeah, okay, this should be fine. Oh my gosh, this ship looks ridiculous. Maybe we'll move the solar panels off the side or something next episode. What do you guys think? Off the side or on the top like it is? Okay, let's start going. Yeah, those solar panels, see, those solar panels are gonna always try and view at the sun, which is kind of cool. We're not gonna go directly off this because that would be crazy, even though that's kind of the direction we need to go. We're instead gonna come back down the way we came, which is gonna be like that way-ish. So let's start heading over there. Good suggestion for the wheels. We have a nice turning radius now. So yeah, definitely a good help there. Man, this is such a misty mountain. When we arrived here, it was storming, and when we're leaving here, it's also storming. So that is kind of interesting. Oh, actually, before we go, if I can interest myself in an antenna. Let's see. No, I can't. Antenna? What's it locked under? It's locked under beacon. Why? Makes no sense. Okay, we'll place a beacon. Fine. We'll place a beacon right there, a small one. Okay, there's our beacon. We don't want the beacon though. We want the antenna. So let's remove this. Grab an antenna. And place this. Now the antenna, as a lot of you have pointed out in the comments here, is going to allow us to see the ore detector on this thing. So we don't have to build a large ore detector. We can use the small ore detector on this, and we can view it with this antenna. Let's get that set up right there. And look, now we can see all the stuff around us. We've got iron, we've got cobalt, we've got nickel. Do we have cobalt in here? I want to check real quick. Yeah, oh yeah, we do actually have a little bit of cobalt here. So I don't think we're going to stop for this. We have a little bit of iron in here as well. Not that much. I guess I should take this and throw it in our refinery here. I mean, we're right next to it. I guess we might as well stop for the iron, grab a little bit, and then continue on our way. Okay, we're collecting a little bit of iron. We're going to get a couple inventories full, and we'll continue on our way. We don't need to get too much because it is going to take a little while to refine anyway, so... Isn't it funny how as soon as we stop, the mist goes away? It's like when we drive, we got the mist. When we're not driving, we get clear skies. All right, that's enough iron for now. We don't need any more as we go. Check our battery. It's losing power. Okay, so you're gonna turn off for a little bit, my friend. As you lose a lot, you use a lot of power. Okay, we're gonna drive, and if we find some ice, we'll stop. On we go. We're next to our triple sisters. What was it? The Three Sisters Mountains. And then this. Okay, we've got to name that thing right there. That little spire. What is that? That is crazy looking. And this whole area is just really cool. I think we're going to go through it. Because why not? Actually, we'll go around it and then through it. Oh, we've got ice right under us. Let's stop for some of this. Park right here. We definitely need it to get our power back in order. So we'll grab a little bit of the good stuff. And we'll get on our way. There we go. We got a little bit of ice. Okay, let's start grabbing a little bit of this stuff. And this will allow us to fill up our ship faster. Oh, yep, I heard the engine just start. Good sign. We'll put that in there as well. That's like all the extra stone and whatever. And we'll go right back down. Okay, we've got that thing going. We've got our solar panels going. Our battery is looking good. Okay, let's continue on our way and get a little bit of distance here. I swear these solar panels have a mind of their own. Let's head toward this this spire thing we saw, because it's looking really cool. This mountain is just beautiful. I don't know what it is, but like maybe just the rockiness and the tanness of the sides. It just looks really cool. Let's go in this little valley. Nice safe valley. Valleys are safe for us. We like valleys. Going a little quick at 45, but we might be able to handle it. We're not using any power right now. We're just kind of coasting. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe we take a picture next to this thing. Let's get a little closer to that, because that's cool. That spire, that's really cool. We'll knock a few trees out of the way in the meantime. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that spire is awesome. That's definitely worth the screenshot. Let's park our rover right about here. And we'll hop on down. Let's go this way. This is our way down here. Whee! Scary wheel. Okay, there's our spire. Wow, it looks actually smaller in person here. But yeah, there's our spire. Hey, look at me. I can touch the spire. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's get a little bit closer to see the entire thing in its grand old self. It's got this nice little moat around it, which is really cool. And there we go. There's a good view of the spire. It's like a double spire. It's kind of interesting. The double spire. In fact, it looks like a small, like a short man and a tall man maybe walking. I don't know. What do you guys think? What should we call the spire? All right, let's continue along our way. Look at the grandness of our ship over there. That's crazy. It's giant. Also, it's precariously parked on this hill that it has no business being on. So let's carry on our way before we start causing some problems. Oh, we're gonna hit a tree. Sorry, tree. Don't block my sun, tree. Oops. Oops, sorry. Let's just go in this little valley. Valleys are safe. Maybe not that safe, though. Yeah, let's not go in that valley. Let's go up this side. But look where that valley would have sent us. I imagine if there was water flowing here, that'd be a nice waterfall. Or a tree fall, I guess, as we've just turned it into. Oh man, look at that! Oh, it's a canyon. It's like red and stuff. That's cool. Well, it doesn't look... I mean, it's not red. It's like tan and gray, but the combination of the two makes it kind of look red, which is really neat. I almost want to go down that, but I don't know how I would get down that in this thing. Not without parachutes. Wow, look at that. Beautiful canyon. And if you see, there's... If I park right here and take out my binoculars, right there, there's a spire. Like, there's like a spire on top of the mountain, which is really neat. Looks like a pillar. Are we actually going to need to find a way down this? Because I don't know that we can just make a parachute on this thing. I mean, I guess we can, but we would ideally also need like a gyro. And those are insanely expensive. We can try and go around the whole thing off that way. Maybe that would work? I don't know, but it looks like it kind of continues. Wow, this is a scary canyon. And we're gonna probably have to find a way through it. Oh no, this is just another canyon here. That kind of leads into that canyon, but it doesn't offer a way down. It just kind of offers death. Well, I mean, I guess we could go... If we do parachute, that would not be a bad spot to parachute. Probably. Sorry, trees. I know what's about to happen. Kablam. Ah, I thought I'd missed the other one. But alas, we don't miss any trees, apparently. Okay, we'll come around the side here. And stop right here. Okay, so in theory, let's fly a little bit this way. In theory, I could full speed my way off that guy. Well, I don't know about that. Oh my gosh. I do not know about that. It looked a little bit better from above. Once we're in there, we're kind of home free though. That's the thing. Okay, let's go around to the left here and see what we have option-wise up here. Can I get up this little gap actually? Yep, not even a problem. Oh, you know what I should do? I should share inertia tensor on the hinge, shouldn't I? Boop. There we go. That should make it not bounce as much. Yeah, see? That's what we needed. Okay, let's check out what we've got up here. I could make an enormous bridge. That is always an option. Oh, hit the brakes. Hit the brakes. Hit the brakes. I do not want to go down that. Do we make a bridge to span this? I mean, we could. Maybe we make a bridge. It'd have to be a pretty big bridge. And I'm going to be very scared going over it because it's probably not going to be welded if it's this big. What we really need is like a little scout ship. You know what? Let's build a little scout ship that can scout for us. What we'll do is off the side here, I'm gonna get myself some steel plates first. We'll have a little connector for a small ship, and then we're gonna build a small ship right here. It's gonna be a very, very small thing. Starting with a battery. Okay, one thing I'm gonna do, I want to make this ship a little bit interesting, so I'm actually going to remove this block and replace it with a three-way one. One of those. And we're going to do something a little bit different with this. Oh, because that's in the way. All right, for now, let's build this up. I essentially need this room right here that it basically is in. So let's build this stuff up here. I'm going to get rid of my build planner items. We're going to grab all of this stuff in the build planner. And we're gonna go build this up. Okay, starting with battery. And we'll get a couple of the thrusters up and running, if I can, that is. Battery is doing really, really well. 38%, where before it was at like 6%. So these solar stuff is really, really helping out. Sun is almost matched with us now, by the way, so we are losing a lot of time by doing this building stuff, but it's probably not enough that it's gonna actually hurt us in the long run. Though we will see if we'll see how that ages. Ah! The heck? Why did my ship fall over? That's so funny. I don't know why that happened. Well, okay, now it's over here. I guess I'll just build it up right here. Got that, you've got that. Okay, you're pretty good. You just don't have the gyro. That's a kind of an important one, I'd say. Okay, there we go. My little ship is almost built. It doesn't have those guys. Actually, you know what? It's kind of safe where it is, so maybe I just don't move it yet. I need to get these thrusters up and running, and then it'll be safer. But it's got one downward thrust, one forward, one backward, one left, one right. This should be pretty much almost there. We just need to get a bunch of... I don't know what half this stuff is. I don't need those large... Okay. Let's stop. Hammer time. Build planner, clear. Thank you. You and you. Build. 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 There we go. See, that's all I need. That's all I ever needed. I don't know why it's building me all this crazy stuff. There we go. Am I torching my wheel? Okay, I thought I was torching my wheel. Okay, so now I can press K, go into remote access, and I should be able to access these. Is my O turned off? Yeah, it is. Okay. Now I can press K, go into remote access, and I should be able to access this guy. Now I'm gonna put my camera down here in my hotbar so I can view it. And I should be able to move him. Yeah, awesome. We have a little drone, everybody. Say hello to our first flying ship. Now the rule of this series was, and there's me, just chilling. The rule of this series was that I'm not allowed to be in a flying ship, but I am allowed to use them for scouting. So this one right here is allowed to like fly around and look for a route for us. As long as I'm not in the driver's seat, I can be controlling it via remote, but I cannot be like driving around in it. So yeah, I guess let's just go on a quick mission first and foremost. Well, actually, leave it here for now. I'm just gonna chill there. Me, antenna 2. Right. So this is gonna go here. An advanced rotor. Then we're gonna remove this guy right there, and we're gonna attach a small rotor head. Now, what we're doing here. How does a small rotor head work? Actually, does it connect with this? So there's a block that's used for small grid. It's the conveyor converter. That's what I'm looking for. So that can let me convert the large conveyor piece into a small one. I'm gonna grab that, and I'm just gonna essentially grab a bunch of these and go bam, like this. Very far out to about maybe there. And on top of this, I can put a little connector. Well, I'll stick one here. I'll skip 3. I'll stick another one, and I'll skip 3 and stick another one if I need to. Or actually, maybe this one I'll put a little farther. So that's going to give me 2 little connection spots for little small rovers. Or small flyers. Okay, we're almost there. There we go. And can I get this guy built up? Are you rotor locked by chance? Yes. Okay, so this is now set up. Basically, I can now connect that to there. Supposedly, if this thing's built up. Which I guess it's not, but I can build it up when I get back. It's fine. Okay, let's go on a little mission with that thing. I want to see if I can find a path. Here we are, coming at you live, watching the big rover. This is kind of cool. Okay, let's go this way, because I wanted to see if there's anything this way that might, we have 12 minutes, that might allow us to get through. So we're gonna fly around here with our little drone and see if there's a path or anything. And it's not looking like there is, although there might be a path around. So that could be helpful. Yeah, there is a path around. We could try and go around. It's kind of a long way. We're all the way... I don't know if we can see us. We're like all the way over there somewhere, I think. And this path would be all the way over here. But it does go around, which is an option. I want to check what would happen if we built a bridge. Because it's possible we build a bridge and then we might still have to then go over another section of the mountain here. No, okay, looks like if we did build a bridge, we would be pretty home free. Which is good. And then I want to see if there's any paths around over here. That's our rover. You see it over there? Right there. Okay, and then as far as like the canyon goes, it looks like we don't really want to get down here because it's looking a little bumpy over there. So it looks like even if we did get down here, we wouldn't really be home free. We'd have to still navigate some bumps over there. But if we did want to get down here, there's it doesn't look like there's any way. So building a bridge is probably our best option, or going around. I've just flown up a little bit to see about what it looks like over here. So where we are is not a good place to build a bridge. It's kind of like the widest area that we could be in. But if we went a little bit further, like over here, it might be a little easier. And going around, while it is an option, is still a bit hairy when you get kind of over to there. So it's not really an amazing option. Building a bridge is our best option, I think. Okay. We'll park this guy like right up here. I need to do a little fix here first. Stick that there. And then I can go here. Now the cool thing about remote controlling things like this is that you can remote control it and not watch the camera. So you can just remote control it and like watch your point of view, which is kind of neat. So I can remote control it and look like this. Or I can watch the camera. There it is. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with G here and grab our connector and put that on here for the switch lock. There we go. We are now locked. Oh, let's also grab our thrusters and we'll toggle those off. There we go. So it's not like messing with our rover. Okay, there we go. We have a drone, everybody. What do you guys think the name of this drone should be? It does help us out quite a bit with being able to find a path. That was very helpful. Okay, let's go back over there where we identified the shorter path across this canyon, and we'll build a bridge over there. Dodge the trees! Oh, we hit one. It's okay, we hit one tree, but we saved a lot more. This was where we identified that shorter path, although looking at it now, it does not look shorter. What was I thinking? Or was it over there? No, it was here. It was absolutely here. Okay, well, I guess we're building a bridge. We're building a very long bridge. It's gonna be an insanely long bridge, but what else can we do, really? Okay, so for this bridge, we're gonna need a lot of steel plates or interior plates. I think interior plates is the better way to go. Although we have 300 steel plates, maybe we just use steel plates. We could build 300 interior plates fairly easily, though. Because we don't really need the interior plates right now, but the steel plates would be very nice for this. I'd like to get up and running. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and throw 300 of those into there. So that we have this still going, because it's looking good. How many steel plates did this have? Was this only like 100? Yeah, just 100. Okay. So we only need like 300 more steel plates, and then we can get this thing up and running. Okay, so with about 50 of these guys, I can start building our bridge, maybe like right here, going that way. I don't know, I guess we just do this. And this is gonna be like, oh, the problem is this is wide though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10. You know what though? We can cheat though. We can go 3 on the sides here. So we'll just go 3 like that, and then we'll have... Yeah, we'll just go like this. All right, here's the start of our bridge. It's gonna essentially look like this, where we have the middle cleared out because I don't want to invest this many interior plates, and then the sides are gonna be where the wheels go. Now I'm gonna test this first so that if we fall, and we're not gonna fall that far. So let's drive onto it. I'm gonna go into first person for this so I can see. Well, maybe third person, but like a close third person. How is this gonna be for the wheels? I might have to put the blocks out a little wider. Okay, please do not crack under the pressure of my ship immediately. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, that's a thumbnail shot if I've ever seen one. Good lord. Yeah, okay, it's a little hairy, so I could presumably... Yeah, this middle block does not matter. We're never going to reach that middle block, so I could go out one more on the sides, maybe. All right, everybody, the bridge is well underway, but I think we're going to end the episode here because it's getting a little bit long, and I think this would be a good thing to start next episode with, trying to get this bridge built across. And I can use any tips you guys might have on bridge building and what we should consider if this is going to end in disaster, anything like that. But anyway, yeah, we got a lot done this episode, including getting our power problems sorted. I'm thankful that you guys all mentioned that in the comments, because otherwise we definitely would have run into another power crisis like we had in episode, I think 2 of this series. So thank you everybody for your comments. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. I think this bridge is a little bit too high actually for that, so we'll have to figure that out once we get to it. But anyway, that's gonna be this one. I'll shout out a couple of the names of the stuff from last episode that you guys named. So for the Valley of Strewn Trees that I called it, where we were knocking trees everywhere, one other name was Yeet Tree Valley, which I thought was a pretty cool name. For the Rocky Mountain that we saw last episode that we eventually named Rocky Mountain, there was also Evora Mountain, there was Scar Mountain, Savannah Hills, Mount Voxelhorn, Mount Tan, Mount Clang, Scarred Mountains, Dwayne the Rock Mountain, and Boulder Dash Mountain. So a lot of very cool names for that one. And then for the volcano, we ended last episode at, there were the Three Sisters, the volcanic triplets, Magmar Mountain, Crown Mountain, Mount St. Clang, Vulcan Mountain, and Mount Tommy Lee Jones. So thank you everybody for your name suggestions for all of those. I always love looking at those suggestions, and we do get quite a few of those. I'm excited to see what you guys have for the ones in this video as well, including, I guess, including this canyon. We're ending at this canyon, so let's name the canyon. What are we gonna call this canyon that's gonna cost so many materials from us as we try and build this bridge? I mean, I don't know what we would call it. It's impassable, it seems, so something involving that maybe. But that's gonna be the end of this one. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If not, you can hit the dislike button. If you have any comments or suggestions for next episode, put those down in the comments section below. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe for notifications for all the videos. If you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link down below in the description. And if you want to check out our community, there's a little Discord link down in the description too. With that, that's the end of this one. So I'll see you all in the next episode of Space Engineers Mobile Survival.